1997, Cupertino, California. Apple is just 90 days away from running out of cash. Its products are failing. Sales are collapsing. The company has lost over $1 billion in a single year. Wall Street believes bankruptcy is inevitable. Even loyal customers are abandoning the brand. One analyst puts it simply: Apple is finished. So how did the company behind the iPhone come within months of disappearing forever? To understand how Apple nearly collapsed, we have to go back. In 1985, Steve Jobs, the company's co-founder, was forced out after a power struggle with Apple's board and CEO John Sculley. Without Jobs, Apple continued making computers, but the company lost its direction. Over the next decade, Apple released dozens of confusing products. Many failed. Customers couldn't tell the difference between models, while Microsoft's Windows-powered PCs became cheaper and more popular. By 1996, Apple was losing money at an alarming rate. Its market share had fallen below 5%. Thousands of employees faced layoffs. Investors were losing confidence. Inside the company, executives knew something drastic had to happen. Apple decided to buy a small software company called Next for about $429 million. The purchase wasn't just about the software. It brought Steve Jobs back. At first, he served only as an advisor, but within months, Apple's leadership collapsed, and Jobs became interim CEO. His first move shocked everyone. He canceled around 70% of Apple's products almost overnight. Instead of making dozens of computers, Apple would focus on just a handful of great ones. Then came an even bigger surprise. In August 1997, Steve Jobs walked onto the stage at Macworld and announced a partnership with Apple's biggest rival, Microsoft. The audience actually booed. Microsoft agreed to invest $150 million in Apple, continue developing Microsoft Office for the Mac, and settle years of legal disputes. The investment wasn't enough to save Apple by itself, but it restored confidence. Customers returned. Developers stayed. Investors believed Apple had a future again. Then, in 1998, Apple released the colorful iMac. It became a massive success, selling nearly 800,000 units in its first 5 months and returning the company to profitability. That success paved the way for the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad, and eventually one of the greatest business turnarounds in history. Today, Apple is worth trillions of dollars. But in 1997, it came remarkably close to disappearing forever. Without Steve Jobs' return, a $150 million investment from Microsoft, and a radical decision to simplify the company,